So this floor is going to be tiled, and there's a lot of people that tile floors, especially wooden floors, and it does cause them a lot of problems. So there's quite a few things that you need to address before you just go ahead and tile your floor. If you look at some tile adhesive, it does say that you can tile directly onto wooden floors. But if you look at this floor, it's got massive gaps in it. So there's no way that you could tile onto a floor like this without having the tiles coming loose. So what you need to do is overboard it. So you've got a couple of options when you want to tile a floor like this. So the first thing you need to do is make sure that all your services, all your pipes that run underneath your floor are in the position where you want them and aren't leaking before you put the plywood down, or else you're going to be in real trouble. When you come to overboard your floorboard, you've got a couple of options. You can use WBP ply, which is water and boil proof plywood, or you can use aqua panel. And I'm going to put a link down in the description to the tiling page on my site that shows you how to tile a wooden floor, and that will tell you the minimum specs for the wood that you need to use, or the tile backer board or aqua panel, whatever you want to call it, that you're going to use, because you do have a few different options. The most important thing is to overboard it with something suitable. So I've now laid the first sheet of plywood in position, and you can see that we've had to cut around a few objects. And the gap's actually been left there for a purpose, because you do need to allow for expansion. You don't want to go jamming anything in. So I've put the plywood down, it's nice and flat, but now it needs screwing in position. And then we've got a piece to cut through up there, and then another piece of where I'm standing. But firstly, we're going to get this piece screwed in. So if you look along the edge there, you'll see some white marks. And they're actually markings that I've marked at 150mm, and I've also marked them along the long edge up there. So before I start putting the screws in, I'm going to put my safety glasses on. So if we look at that, you can see that the screw will just go down into the floorboards, and once they're countersunk, they will just stick into the floorboard, so there's no chance of them damaging any surfaces that run underneath the floorboards. So we're now going to run these screws in at every 150mm. And these screws are actually self-countersinking screws, so we don't need to bother countersinking them or anything. So I've now moved the laser across to the next 150mm mark. Whenever you put screws in like this, it's essential that you drill them below the surface of the wood, because we will be tiling on it soon. So you can see that went well below the surface, because these are self-countersinking.